hate the world today. You're so good to me, I know, but I can't change. Tried to tell you, but you look at me like maybe I'm an angel underneath, innocent and sweet. Yesterday I cried. You must have been relieved to see the softer side. I can understand how you'd be so confused. I don't envy you, I'm a little bit of everything, all rolled into one. I'm a bitch, I'm a lover, I'm a child, I'm a mother, I'm a sinner, I'm a saint. I do not feel ashamed. I'm your hell, I'm your dream, I'm nothing in between. You know you wouldn't want it any other way. So take me as I am. This may mean you'll have to be a stronger man. Rest assured that when I start to make you nervous and I'm going to extremes, tomorrow I will change and today won't mean a thing. I'm a bitch, I'm a lover, I'm a child, I'm a mother, I'm a sinner, I'm a saint. I do not feel ashamed. I'm your hell, I'm your dream, I'm nothing in between. You know you wouldn't want it any other way.
My mic.
Hello.
Well, I have to turn my mic off. On.
Yeah, you do.
Hello, everybody. You can tell I have not been live in a while.
Maybe a little.
A little. I'm a little out of practice. Oh, there's Jessica too. Get her up here. We're trying to surprise her up here. Jessica.
Echo,
tonight.
Jessica.
Oh, Jessica's echoing.
Nope,
Yeah, I
not
think she has something on in the background.
Nope, not no more. Got it.
You got it. Okay.
All done.
Hello, everybody. Good
Hello.
seeing everybody. It's Friday night, and we are trying to surprise Tank. I'm sure she'll be around here in no time, but I don't think she knows yet. Hopefully, we've kept it a surprise so far.
So far, so good. I do not think she knows.
Well, good. I don't think it'll last too long because she'll be peeking. She'll be poking around. But yeah, on Friday I just work, and by the time I get home, I'm like rushing, and it's been crazy last few weeks. And yeah, I really thought about doing it tomorrow night, but today's her birthday, so I really wanted to do it today to surprise her, and it just pushes me to get home and get the dogs taken care of and all that kind of stuff. So, but I made it. We're here.
Yes, you did.
Woo! We got this.
Hey, Lydia and Bonnie and Naked Snail and Miss C and Jonathan.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hello, guys. Thank you for coming.
I hope everybody's had a good week. Maybe not as crazy as mine's been. I hope. It's been it's going to get better, but last few weeks have been just, yeah, a little crazy.
Yeah, 2024. I'm ready to sign it off. I'm done.
Right? And I can't believe it's already March. Like, that's
Even more the reason why. Yeah, I'm done with it. Like it's been too much, and we're only like 2 months in, and
right.
yeah, I'm over it.
She's in the house.
Tank is in the house.
Okay, I'm going to show her. Let me see. I'm going to take us off for a minute.
Woo!
And happy birthday, Tank. We wanted to surprise you. Hope you've had a great birthday so far.
She did get to eat a lot of yummy food. She shared pictures of that.
Yeah, that's always good. Like, your hubby takes you out to eat some good Mexican food. That's always a plus.
Yes.
Everybody make sure you tell Tank happy birthday. She deserves a very happy birthday today. So we kind of did ladies' night just as a ruse to surprise you. Not really. Just so we can get you in here and tell you happy birthday.
Yeah, it's been a few days in the making.
And like I said, I would have been able to have more time to do it tomorrow, but today's her birthday, and it always feels good to surprise on your birthday. So,
and we made it, and it worked, and she's here, and we're here, and happy birthday, Tank, and I hope it's been amazing. And
yes, you deserve it. She definitely deserves a happy birthday. So,
and thank you, ABD, for getting all of this together so that way we could surprise our awesome Tank. She's amazing.
We were trying, but we've been working on it. Hey, Sunflowers, how are you? Yeah, we've been throwing stuff together. I do have, I think I've got a game or two, just something we can do, whatever, and chat and whatever we're going to do. And I think China is still going live tonight, right? With her PJ thing, so everybody can hang out there too. And
about 10:30. I know it does say on her StreamYard 9:30, but she personally told me 10:30, and I think she just might have forgotten to switch the time.
Oh, gotcha. Stopped in at Dawn Aaron's, and you won a shawl pattern. Oh, cool!
Yeah, congratulations. I was there for that, and I was like, how are we going to get Tank out of that without telling her that she needs to come out of that to come and hang out here so we can wish her a happy birthday? And also, Jessica did an awesome invitation cards, so you should send one to Tank so Tank also gets an invitation to her own surprise
Oh, did
birthday
you send one to
No, but it was a surprise, and Jessica did an awesome job on that. So
She
yeah,
did.
send
She did
one.
a really, really good job on that. That was really, really sweet.
Thank you.
Yeah, she sent me that. I was like, oh, that's so nice. So we'll have to send it to her to show her how cool it was. Yeah.
I try to stay as behind the scenes as possible. So I'm kind of hoping that everybody else kind of read the email and got the gist of the surprise of how much we appreciate Tank and how much she does for not only my channel or any other channel out there. Like every time I go into somebody's stream, she's
Yes.
a mod. So
Yes.
Tank, thank you for everything you do, and this is just a little bit of appreciation for you.
Absolutely.
Yep, thank you for everything you do for us.
Yeah, I told Brett, I said, she's always doing stuff for other people. And I don't think many people even realize, the things that she does. And she, like you said, she's always modding in the channel. She's always promoting other people. She,
Oh my goodness.
she does it out of the kindness of her heart. So,
and I can say thank you for the massive amount of people that I did send emails out to yesterday and today. Apparently, YouTube has a limit of how many emails I can send out in one day. But based off her comment that says that she never heard a word from anyone, thank you to everyone that kept it a secret, because I know there was plenty of emails that went out in the YouTube community. So thank you for keeping this secret and a surprise.
Yes. I was a little worried because, people like to talk. And I was like, oh no, all these people know. And they're going to certainly tell her, or let it
right.
slip.
You tell one person and 100 people know before you know it. You tell the one wrong person. So,
but I think we pulled it off. Hey, Brett.
So yeah, thank you to everyone that I ended up sending an email to and kept it a secret. And I had gotten emails from people that I didn't email, so I know that the word was getting out there. People went to my channel to find my email just to ask me questions. So for that,
that's awesome. Yeah, that's really great. I think it just, was because she does so much for other people, and people really love her, and they know, she just goes out of her way to help people and brighten people's days, and she deserves the happiest of birthdays. So
I completely agree.
I'm all about it.
So Tim, thank you for being you.
Absolutely.
And happy 62nd birthday, honey. Live it up.
Right.
And then AB.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tank. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Tank.
Happy birthday, Tank.
That was so...
Dang.
That was so much better than... I don't even know who was on panel singing to Brett on his birthday. I really do appreciate him singing it rather than a couple of people not in sync singing to him, because I was a part of that train wreck. I can have this every day. Like, Brett, sing to me, please, more often.
Right?
It did sound good.
We were singing country like a couple of weeks ago, and I'm like, I could just sit here and I was just staring at my computer. There was nothing on it but his screenshot of whatever his logo was at the time, and I was just staring. I'm like, I don't know if it was like Brooks and Dunn or Garth Brooks, or I don't know. I had both of my hands under my chin, and I was like, just keep singing. I don't care what you say. Just keep doing whatever.
He can sing.
Yeah,
he's got skills for sure.
Girl.
But yeah, it was funny because I got all those women up there for his birthday, and like, I don't think anybody could hear everybody else. There really wasn't any music going, but he loved it anyway, and it surprised him, so it meant a lot. But yeah, I'd rather him sing.
Oh, I agree.
Nobody wants to hear the same thing. No.
That was funny though. Everybody was
been a
all
while since I've
over
done
the
that,
place that
actually.
day. What was that? I'm sorry.
Oh, I just said it's been a while since I've done that, actually.
Yeah, it has.
Yep,
I'm
yep.
glad you surprised her. I think we pulled it off pretty good. Oh, Granny D sung to her today too.
Good.
Hey,
Awesome.
K9. Oh, I hear the bird.
Right?
Yeah,
Oh,
Granny
goodness.
D does that in her streams as well, I think, is sing happy birthday to people.
That's really sweet.
And
Everybody likes, having somebody sing happy birthday to you. Hey, China. You can come on up if you want to. The link is pinned if you want to come up. Yeah, like I said, I wanted to do something special for her, but I don't have a lot planned, but I just figured we can get and have fun and do whatever. It's Friday night. I did make a bingo for her and something from the decade she was born in, so I think she'll get a kick out of it. We'll see.
Ooh.
Hopefully. Yeah, I was trying to throw something together, and I was like, I think she'll like that.
And ABD, thank you for the idea of doing something special for someone special.
Right. Well, like I said, I'm all for it. She's always doing for other people, and yeah, she's a sweetheart. She definitely deserves it. So
It truly is. And I'm just saying, thank you for even taking the initiative to recognize her. I mean, that takes someone special to recognize someone special.
I was more than happy to. More than happy to do it. I hope we got her good at least.
And yes, I'm sorry. The bird is in the background being a nonsense. And she's actually downstairs, very far away.
Oh, she's fine. Oh, I did hear her that time.
She's so loud.
She'll pay us all later.
She knows. No, she already no. There's only one reason she's acting a fool. Is she knows mom's talking to friends.
She wants the attention.
Exactly. That is exactly what her problem is. She is not being the center of attention, and she has a problem with it.
Wow. How old is she? How long have you had her?
I've had her going on 4 years in April, so pretty much right at the pandemic. So March of 2020.
Gotcha.
Roughly is when we got her. So the downfall of getting a new parrot for the first time ever. My kids were home from school.
Yeah.
24/7.
Right.
So now she has separation anxiety.
Wow.
I start a new job in a week.
Uh-oh. Yeah, she's not going to be happy.
Yeah, she's gonna hate me. She don't even know yet. She's gonna hate me because I won't be home until. Normally, I'm home by 3:30.
Mm-hmm.
I won't be home until about 7.
Well, hopefully she won't eat your clothes like Moose.
No, she won't.
All my clothes and
whatever you're going to say, Miss Jennifer. No, she will be whatever. She is a butthead. She's a pain.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his is separation anxiety too. But he eats all of my clothes. Like, yeah. He's bad. He's a bad boy.
So with her, and that's kind of a weird thing. So as a bird, they can pluck feathers, which most of the time no big deal. But there are particular feathers that may be growing in that she can pluck and she can bleed to that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. In less than a minute, she can bleed to death.
Oh wow. That's crazy.
Well, and you have dogs, so like if you clip a dog's nails and
right,
you put the quick stop on it.
Mm-hmm.
If she plucks a feather, you have to put quick stop on it.
Oh my goodness. That is crazy. I've seen some birds. I had a friend that rescued exotic birds like that, and they would have different kind of, things wrong with them, basically because of like they've either been abused or they weren't taken care of or separation anxiety or whatever. Some of them would lose all of their feathers. Like, they had a variety of issues because of different things. Most of them came from like some type of abuse or neglect. It was really sad.
And I'm sure, she was actually taken from a net. And
wow.
I actually kind of looked it up. So in 1982, they had stopped the ban of imported ferrets from Indonesia.
Mm-hmm.
She's older than I am.
Oh, wow.
So the youngest she is about 42, 43.
Yeah.
But if she was a couple of years old when they took her from the nest or took her from whatever nest, chances are she could be almost in her 50s.
Yeah. That's crazy.
You can't retrain a bird that's a
Right.
wild bird and set in their own way.
Mm.
So, needless to say, she's spoiled.
Yeah.
I give her whatever she wants.
Well,
I don't like it, but I don't care because she's amazing, and I think because of her age, she deserves to be spoiled.
yeah. Well, it's kind of like my rescue dogs. Yeah, you spoil them because they,
Right.
came from bad situations and, different things that you
And it's
definitely give
like,
into.
like I don't believe she should even be here.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
yeah. So I
Yeah.
try to give her everything that she would kind of want.
Yeah.
Spoiled brat. Just as with any pet, we spoil them all and their family. Like they're more than family because they love us unconditionally, like no other family member could.
That's right. That's right. And they rely on us. I tell people all the time, like, and it's horrible, but I feel so bad for like the dogs and stuff people let out, especially Memphis. It's so bad. But I'm like, it's not like they can walk in a store and get a job and feed themselves. They rely on people, and then people let them down and, let them roam the streets and starve to death and whatever. But, they rely on us, and people get them, and then they, don't take care of them, or they backyard breed them and they don't turn out the way they want them to, and they just let them roam the streets.
And the thing is if it wasn't for the people, they wouldn't even be here.
Right, exactly. Especially with the backyard breeding. And then they want, a certain kind of pit, and some of them, I've seen many of them be deformed. Their legs will be deformed. It's really sad because, they obviously they don't care. They'll just breed them. But if they're not mean enough, or if they don't look good enough, or they're
Right.
not pretty enough, they end up roaming the streets, and then nobody wants them. And then there's high kill shelters that they end up, and it's just the pits really have it hard in Memphis because of those certain situations, but it's
Here
just
as well.
sad. It's heartbreaking, but
Pit bulls and Rottweilers have the worst reputation,
oh yeah.
but that's only because they've been trained incorrectly.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
They are the most loving, and I've owned at least one of them.
Mhm.
I've had plenty of Rottweilers.
Yeah.
Just because small town country person, that's what my grandpa was into, and I've had plenty, and they have been the most loving and affectionate critters, but also the most guarded.
Yeah. Definitely. Well, every pit I've been around, I've had nothing but great experiences. I mean, I do know people, there are horror stories, but a lot of it's, lack of training, or they're
Exactly.
mistreated or abused and different things. But
I
yeah, my
agree.
brother, he raised 2 Rots, and he had a male and female. And yeah, he kind of trained the male to be a little aggressive, but he was very, very protective, and he had him for security reasons. But I mean, you just have to be careful, with any dog. But the thing of it is they're powerful. They can do a lot of damage if they do get a hold of a child. You have to be careful, and you have to be smart about it. You definitely can't just be stupid and let them around, little ones unattended and unsupervised and that kind of thing. I'm definitely not about that, but you have to be smart, like I said, you have to be smart and know what you're doing. But
I can say that both of those 2 breeds, the Pit and the Rottweiler, have been the most affectionate breeds that I've ever come across. Like I have more issues with a stupid mini teacup Chihuahua.
Mm-hmm.
Like that stupid little thing wants to chew my ankles off.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, get the hell away from me, you little freaking football.
Yeah, my aunt raised Chihuahuas, and they used to just like attack me. There was one that traumatized me as a kid. Like that dog just terrorized me as a kid. But
right,
my pits they're spoiled babies, but I'm still not going to be stupid and let them, around 2-year-olds unattended. I'd still, you just have to be responsible about it.
Exactly. You have to be responsible owners.
Right. And
And
a lot of people aren't, unfortunately, and it does give them bad names, but
it does. But I mean, at least it takes a couple of us to at
Yeah.
least spread the word and be like, you know what? I've done this for 20 years. I've had Rottweilers. I've had a Pit Bull. I had a Doberman Pinscher. I've had all the aggressive dogs. And I'm talking from under the age of 10. And they have been my best friends.
Oh, yeah. I've had dogs my whole life. Yeah. Definitely.
Hi, Miss C.
Yeah, Miss C is in here, and John's come in, and good grief, Mary and
Chain Gaming, hello.
And Lydia. Hello, Lydia.
There's Miss Lydia.
You had a rot mixed with a coonhound. Oh, wow. Sweetest dog.
Hi, Miss King.
I grew up with a coonhound named Eli. It was my dad's dog. His tail got, it got in a fan, like in an air compressor or something. It removed his tail, but his name was Eli, and he was a really good dog. I grew up around him, but yeah, I've always been around dogs. But yeah, I've had little dogs too that would eat your ass up in a heartbeat.
That's what I mean. Those little dogs are more aggressive than any Pit Bull or Rottweiler that I've ever owned.
Oh yeah, they can definitely. I mean, of course, they don't do the damage, but I have seen a what was that dog? A Cocker Spaniel got a hold of my cousin's little girl. They left her unattended, and she reached into the dog's bowl, and the dog bit her in the face, and like she had to have surgery. I mean, it was a Cocker Spaniel, but so it doesn't, anything can happen. You just have to be responsible.
I have actually got quite a few scars of actually being in my head when I was 4 years old, was in the mouth of a Doberman Pinscher. And I have the scars from it.
Wow.
But I'm still not afraid of dogs.
Right.
Because it was the dog's fault at that time.
Yeah. And it's not good to be afraid of them because they can sense that too. So they definitely can sense that.
And to be honest, I think I was young enough to where I didn't realize what had happened then. I mean, I know what happened now because family told me what happened. And there's a couple of pictures of what had happened.
Mm-hmm.
But it did not traumatize me. So whatever happened, I apparently pissed off a dog.
I'm sure a lot of us are pissed off dogs. Yeah. I mean,
I'm just saying, like, if I'm not afraid of them, I know I was doing something wrong, apparently.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I should be tormented by, I have a scar on my forehead still that's visible. And I can feel 2 more in the skull of my head.
Wow.
But apparently I pissed off a dog. And I realized that at whatever age, because I'm not afraid of dogs.
Yeah.
And I know what did it to me. I remember what did it to me. It was my own dog. So, I mean, it's just kind of all dogs are based on their owners.
Right.
And they react to how they're treated.
Hey, Michi. Well, you have to, they're still wild animals to a degree. I saw Tank's comment about Dobermans. I had my grandparents, their best friends had a chow. And this dog, the dog's name was Baby. He was a big baby, and they'd had him for 17 years and huge chow. And one day he turned on the owner and got hold of his arm and ripped his arm to shreds. And they had to come remove the dog.
I've been around 2 chow chows.
Yeah. And after 17 years,
it was 2 chows and the Rottweiler.
Yeah.
It's the family we had. And just based off of what you're saying, Miss Frosty, is the fact that all dogs can be aggressive.
Oh, yeah, they definitely can be.
No matter the breed.
Right. And you just, like you said, you don't know, though. You still have to take precautions and, and just like he has no idea what made that dog turn that day. He talked about it. He had to have major surgery after that. And it broke their heart because they loved that dog. That dog was raised with their son. Their son was only like 18 at the time. So he'd had the dog his whole life. And I mean, they were really tore up, and everybody was like, I don't know what made the dog turn, but there was something that made him, that flipped a switch, and unfortunately, they had to come get him and put him down. But you just never know. You don't know.
All animals are still wild.
Right. But then again, I hear all the stories about the pets and the kids, and I'm like, people, I don't care how. I love Lou dearly. I do. I love that dog. But if I had a grandchild toddling around, I still wouldn't be stupid enough to like leave her unattended. The child might reach, down and grab food, or grab her in the face, or they're on their level. You just have to be smart. You cannot be stupid, and you can't be irresponsible. And I love a kid or a grandkid, more than what I'd love my dog, even though I love my dog. But I'm not going to be stupid and put my grandchild or another child in harm's way either. As much as I love Lou, I don't want to put her in harm's way or the child.
Right.
So you have to use some common sense, and but people don't. They trust them, I think entirely way too much, and they leave them unattended, and bad things happen. And it breaks my heart, because believe me, I don't want to ever see a kid or anybody get injured like that. I mean, no way. But, part of the owner's responsibility to make sure things like that don't happen as much as you can.
And at least recognize the signs.
Yeah.
Right. There is plenty of signs. I mean, granted, I was a very young mom. I had a Rottweiler. As a 16-year-old high schooler, I became pregnant, and she was very protective.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as soon as I walked in the door, she'd like stand on my shoulders and she'd knock me down.
Mm-hmm.
But to her, she felt an intruder, I guess. Like, I'm not really sure what her deal was, but I mean, I ultimately had to give her off to a family member.
Right. I've heard of that happening. Yeah.
Because she was so like, whatever had happened, she felt the need, like it was bad to her. And I'm like, I still love you. Like, come on now. Like, I'm not trading you. Like, she almost thought I was trading her in. And I'm like,
sometimes I think it is jealousy sometimes, or they can, in their mind, they think they're being protective or whatever it is. But I have seen those instances where,
I'm sure that's all it was.
Yeah. But you still have to be smart, and it's just not worth, endangering you or a child. Or, you do the responsible thing, and you rehome the dog in a place where that might not happen again. You just
right.
People sometimes just don't.
She was just so very overprotective. Like I was I barely knew I was pregnant, let alone, and she was already that protective. I'm like, what's going to happen when the baby comes?
Right. Yeah, you have to, like I said, you have to use common sense. Some people don't have common sense. Sometimes it's so common.
What? You're kidding, right? Huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Common sense. Oh man.
Like, what's that nowadays, huh?
Oh, let's see. Nope. Happy birthday, Tank.
Is that something you eat?
That's all I'm saying, because I'm nope. Oh yeah, we're talking about dogs, but Brett's cat, I mean, she's something to be. Yeah, she's very, very protective.
Huh? A cat?
She doesn't play well with others.
A cat.
Oh yeah, and she talks like that cat talks. She keeps him straight.
In hiding.
No, she's definitely, she keeps Brett in line. She's definitely his cat, let me tell you.
Oh. No. With cats, it's not your cat. You're the cat's human. That's how it works with cats.
That's right.
Oh, I need to meet her.
Who can keep Brett in line? This gotta be some, divine creature.
She is something else, but she's very, very smart.
Can she sign autographs?
She talks, though, like she squawks. Like, she really talks. She's the most talkative cat I've ever heard. I've never heard a cat talk that much. But yeah, I want a tortoise. You have a tortoise?
Oh yeah, if there's any kind of issue at all, she definitely does not hesitate to let me know. She lets me know she's not happy about whatever.
Oh, I love it.
Uh,
Oh my goodness.
Hello, everybody coming in.
Oh yeah, she's
Sorry.
something else. Very, very smart though. Very smart. Yeah, she pretty much picked Brett, so I think that's like you
That's what I'm
said.
saying.
He's her.
You're
Yeah,
it's not your cat. You're the cat's human.
right.
You're not moving a cat if it's on your lap. It's on your lap, and you just get to sit there until the cat decides to move away from you.
Nah, screw that. I definitely will bump her off. This is like, nope, I gotta get up, go to the bathroom. I'm like, nope. So it's probably a mutual thing where we let each other know, where it's like, okay, enough of this.
For some
Wow.
odd
But
reason,
she's
I can honestly. both of
ABD is correct. Like, she's super smart. She comes when she's called. She like plays fetch. Like, very, very smart.
Yeah. She's
Stays
not
in
your
the yard.
typical cat.
Stays in the yard, even though it's not, finished fence. Stays in the yard. Like, very smart. So
I was surprised that my bird plays fetch.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, and like so she'll get super antsy. Like if you're sitting on the couch and she's kind of high energy, she will tap on your hand, letting you know that she wants to go play on the floor. And within that, she wants to go play with her balls. And she wants to play fetch. Can you hear this nonsense? She knows I'm
Yeah,
talking.
we hear.
Yep.
Yeah, she's not happy.
Uh-uh.
Oh, John, that's funny. Unsolicited pics. The only thing about those tortoises, they live forever, and like you have to have somebody able to take care of your tortoise because it's probably going to outlive you.
Well, same thing with the bird.
Oh,
Like-
right, yeah.
My daughter just turned 22. We've had the bird now for 4 years ish. I told her, I'm like, before you think about kids, remember this thing comes to you in my will. Like
You're
You-
getting the bird.
like if I'm still alive and the bird's still like, this is yours. She's like, oh hell no. I'm like, I don't want to hear it. It's coming to you. It's already done.
Wow.
So in that nonsense, I'm gonna go grab her real fast so she shuts up.
So what's up with all the talking about turtles and
I
tortoises today?
have no idea. We just
Like-
started talking about it.
Yeah, but the thing is, I ended up like I did 2 sun bunnies, pretty much like a sun bunny a day.
Mhm.
And then today, for some reason, I do not know why, but I started to crochet a turtle. Okay, it's not finished, and it's put to the side right now. But I have no idea why I started this
Oh, I
adventure
love
of crocheting a
turtles.
turtle, and I don't know. Like, do I need it? No. Do I want it? Not really. Am I enjoying the process? No. So why do I keep doing it? I don't know. I'll revisit that another day, but that's just like, how did I end up in crocheting myself a turtle? I do not know.
Yeah. John said pick one up out of the road. My dad actually got one in Reelfoot Lake, which is northern Tennessee. It's actually was created by earthquakes. The whole lake area was all earthquakes. So he comes across this big snapping turtle in the middle of the road one day, and it wasn't like acting, healthy, and it wasn't moving. So he took it home. It lived for 17 years in a big old aquarium.
Yeah, because snapping turtles sounds like the best types of pets. Not.
Well, that's me and my dad. We would, take anything. Yeah, we always had. He used to call me Ellie Mae because I would pick up any kind of critter. I would keep praying mantises as pets, and yeah, turtles, frogs. It didn't matter. Lizards. We always had lizards. I never had a snake. I don't like snakes, but that's really about it. Then I had a little baby turtle one day that the hospital in Millington, the animal hospital, called me one day, and they were like, "You love turtles." And Army guy out there at the base saw a hawk drop something. He goes over there, and it's this little box turtle, and the hawk had like pecked its eye out, and they cleaned it up, and they had this little one-eyed box turtle. And so I went and got him, and I had him for a few years until the little boy that my daughter she was in school at the time, and she was nannying for the family. He wanted the turtle. And so when he got old enough, I gave him the turtle. But I kept him for a long time too. His little eye healed over, and he was a cute little bitty old box turtle. Everybody go quiet.
Yeah, because the bird isn't yelling in the background
Oh.
anymore.
You have
We're
a
missing
parakeet.
the bird.
I've had a cockatiel. We had a cockatiel. My mom, the pet people told her to give it whiskey and it would loosen up its vocal cords and it would talk. Well, the bird never talked. It just stayed drunk all the time. And
Yeah,
high. They would get the bird high and drunk and it would just fall off its perch. Poor bird.
that just
I
doesn't sound
identify
like
as a
good
bird.
idea. Should we get you drunk? Is that what you're saying? All the time?
Drunk and high.
In hopes of getting you to talk? I'm
I'm
not
just an
sure.
injured bird. I'm an injured bird over here.
Oh my goodness.
Keep me drunk and high all the time. That's the key.
That's the key to keeping Brett happy. Keep him drunk. Oh my goodness. Oh, identify as a bird. Hey, spoon. Oh, me.
I hear people identifying as a lot of stuff, but I have not
Brock,
had.
give me a shot. Brock, give me a shot.
I have not had anyone saying I identify as a bird for the reason that might get me drunk and high. This is a new one. Let him fly free.
What did I walk into? I heard drunken bird and high, and I have questions and answers.
Brett is now identifying as a bird.
You never know what will happen in ladies' night. Let me tell you.
Wow.
You never
Yes.
know.
Now, yep. Brett identifies as a bird.
All right, I am going to show my camera just because Birdie is here.
Aw. Aw.
Hello, birdie.
I love the bird.
Hide my face, show the bird.
Brock, give me a shot. Brock, give me a shot.
Hold- What this? Yeah, I'm
Oh,
going to
me.
put that on the YouTube live. No, this one tries to actually get wine. She loves wine.
Oh, wow.
Oh, she does. Fermented grapes, all full.
Wow.
Step up. Step
Did
up.
she get drunk?
I haven't let her have enough.
Oh, gotcha.
We'll let her have a taste. Just because I know she will like pull it out of the face.
Well, my bird drank whiskey. They would put whiskey in its water, and damn bird would fall off of its perch, and I'd be like, "What's wrong with my bird?" Well, the bird was drunk and high all the time. Then their friend had a tarantula, a pet tarantula. He'd bring him over all the time, and hell, they get that. They get him high.
Yeah, I'm gonna plead the fifth on anything. Yep. Mhm.
Well, that's my mom's friends. They were all, hippies or whatever.
So am I guess.
I mean, that was a long time ago, but
Can I claim hippie? Like 2024?
I mean, that was back when, it was all illegal. I'll put it that way.
Well, let's
Definitely illegal.
it is legal here. So
It is still illegal here.
no, it is
Unfortunately.
very legal here, and I'm gonna play it all. Yep, I know nothing of nothing, and yep. Hi, my name is.
I'm kind of like giggling a little bit about the whole like what is legal and what is not legal, because getting your bird or any animal drunk is also illegal, not just the other stuff that you're talking about. Like that would be considered animal abuse in most places, no matter what.
Well,
just
okay, so I'm going to play the fifth and not pretend that I did not put alcohol on my children's gums when they were teething just to make my life a tad bit easier. I'm just saying that was the remedy,
Mm-hmm. It was.
Jack on the gums and like mommy can take a nap.
Right.
I'm just saying, like that was the remedy back in, 2000s, 1990s. you got a teething baby, and you know what, stuff didn't work. No, that was the remedy. Do a little bit of like hard liquor on the gums, and it would just be enough to let you're only getting your finger wet, but it was enough that it would numb the pain. And that's why I would fall asleep. Not because of the alcohol, but it would be because it would actually numb the pain. You know, most people are like, oh, you got your kid drunk. Seriously? No, that's not what happened. Yeah. Sorry, I don't like Americans. They're stupid. So, wait, hold up. I am one. Yeah. I'm not
Right?
but anywho. Yeah, people are stupid. And like if you think of the logic behind the remedy of the fact that mom wants to sleep and she's been up for fucking 4 months and dad won't get up and feed a baby a bottle, you know what? That's reality. And you know what? You're going to do what works. And numbing the gums just so the baby sleeps for 3 hours, just so mom can have at least 2.5 hours of sleep, whatever. Y'all can kiss my ass. So, but yeah. Move on.
I remember doing popsicles. I don't remember.
I tried popsicles.
But if I probably thought about it, I probably would have. But I was always like very, very protective, like overly protective. But I do remember doing popsicles. I mean, it's the same thing. It freezes and numbs. I mean, it's the
And it would. And that was the only logic behind using any hard liquor was the fact that if you couldn't go and get Orajel,
right.
I
Which,
was
you know, that stuff's not safe. That benzocaine or whatever that's in that crap is not. The
not
stuff that they
safe.
give kids nowadays is not
No, you're fine.
safe at all.
There's more problems with the antibiotics and medicines hurting the kids versus like I'd rather put alcohol in my children's gums, you know. But I was raised in the land of cows and trees. We didn't have like modern day stuff until like 10 years after it had happened. So no, you still grew up in like the 50s where that's what they did. They put alcohol on the gums just to numb them instead of using Orajel, which is about the same thing. So,
well, they can't really say, you know, the stuff they give kids nowadays, like, I mean, I know kids have different things. I'm not going to get started on that, but some of the drugs they give children nowadays, like, oh my, yeah.
Can I have some? That's all I got to say. Because, like, man, their stuff is creative, and I'm like, oh, I'm intrigued.
It's unreal, but yeah, it's unreal.
Yeah, yep. Naive American parents. That's all I got to say. So,
well, I mean, back when I was, you know, you just got your ass whooped if you misbehaved. You didn't get
thank you
prescription medicine pumped down your throat every day. You know, you just got your ass beat.
Your ass, and you know what? You still like a fool. Go the frick outside.
You know,
go outside and play in the sandbox, and you still act a fool. Your buddy's gonna whip your ass in a fool.
Right? You just—that's the way it was.
Sorry. Yeah. Nope. You know what? You act a fool. You got your ass beat in the school playground.
Well, my mom used to tell me, "You will not be happy if the school ever calls me. You'll wish I'd let them spank you because, yeah." Which I was always good. I never got in trouble because I was scared of my mom.
Thank you. You knew she would whip some ass. No,
she would. She definitely would. She definitely did not play.
And like, I can be grateful. I was raised by my grandpa. I will be 40 this year. My grandfather died at a very young age, at 56, about 2006. He passed away. 2007. Sorry, I lied. 2007. He passed away at 56. And like, no, I was still getting switches off the tree at fucking 12 years old.
Oh yeah, I remember getting switches.
You don't act a fool. You choose wisely at what you're going to lie about.
Right.
Because you know what? If your grandpa's asking you questions, you better check yourself and realize he already knows the answer.
Well, I think we knew that there were consequences to our actions. Like, I hate to say it, but kids nowadays, there's no consequences.
No,
you know?
there's
like,
not.
We knew you were going to you definitely going to be consequences. So, you know, you either acted right or you got your ass spanked. One of
Thank you.
And I grew up just fine, so
Thank
whatever.
you. Amen.
And I sure didn't act like some of these hoodlums nowadays. No way.
comment.
All I gotta say is ABD. All I gotta say is like me and you seem like we were kind of raised a little similar,
Right.
a little older than the average American. So
Right.
we were a little bit wiser for our age.
That's true.
And oh man, can we move? Like, where do we go? Like this place is corrupt. It's fucked. This place
Yeah.
is fucked.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't know about Jessica, but Miss Frosty's coming to Canada, so
He has it all planned out.
And really quickly, I know this is a tank celebration, but Brett, I was actually in your live stream last Saturday, and I just got to say kudos and thank you for being brave enough to do what you do and speak truth.
Right.
Speak truth to something that, I mean, you're talking American culture for the most part. You know,
Mhm.
this place is screwed.
Right.
You're a Canadian, and all I can do is appreciate you for seeing what this corrupt America is about and calling it out for what it is. And thank you.
He did a great job, by the way.
I tried to have it positive. Like it was supposed to be positive. I was treating the situation as a teachable moment. So I was trying to be positive and just provide different perspective and outlook and whatever. So
And then,
thanks.
and then
It's been a very weird stream. There's been lots of weird things that have happened with that. So.
but for me, Brett, like, okay, so my spouse is atheist. He grew up for 9 school years, completely private school, Christian, very in the book, in the Bible. He has had his own thoughts and inputs. I'm still on, all I can say is, yeah, politics has ruined a lot of things.
Mhm.
Yeah. And so for somebody that was like born in the 80s, I can't be so religious, but I'm very political within the fact that I don't care who you vote for in America. You are all, no, I don't agree with anybody. Greedy assholes. That's all I got to say. But so all I got to say is kudos and thank you for being able to step out and doing what you do and speaking the truth of just truth. Because, I mean, that's how I see it. And
Well, it sure as shit isn't for popularity and fame, I tell you that.
I know it's not. And I know. And like I've only been a part of like the Robert Escobar show just so I can see his bullshit that he talks. And I'm like, you know what? You and Tommy Timper can go to hell because so just thank you. That's all I gotta say is just really thank you for being able to step out and not worry about everybody else's opinion and speak out for what it is, because there are more Americans that feel the same way you do, but they can't speak it.
Right.
So just
Or they
thank you.
don't. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you, ABD. And Tank, this was all her idea. I am so grateful that she had gone out of her way. I know she started a new job. I know there's been a lot going on with the doggies and trying to get in the door and trying to get everything situated. Sometimes it's not even like 9 o'clock, and before you know it, she got to turn around and get back up. And she had reached out and she's like, you know what, this is what I want to do. So thank you for recognizing Tank for what she is.
Oh yeah, we love Tank.
We do.
And I honestly, I'm one of the type, and Brett's kind of the same way. People that are just genuinely kind and go out of their way to help other people. They don't do it for like recognition or get a pat on the back, and they're just good people. You know what I mean? And Tank, to me, that's what she reminds me of. I don't know everything about Tank, but I take her for what I see, and so far I love her to death. But I appreciate people. Like, I guess seeing all the bad people, it makes you really appreciate the good people even more,
Amen.
because they're harder to come by. They're harder to find out there. And I really do appreciate the good, honest, just decent people.
Well, heck, I mean, I have 185 subscribers. Tank was one of my first 50.
Yeah.
She didn't have to subscribe to me, or she didn't have to jump on board on the bandwagon of anything I had to offer, which was apparently nothing for the first 4 months of my channel. She had no reason to support me, and yet she has been at every one of my streams.
Yeah.
She has commented on every one of my community posts, and
Yep.
yeah, I cannot thank her enough. So
I've noticed she really goes out of her way to like support people, and yeah, she's awesome about that. And like I said, there's just not many people. Most people nowadays are just selfish and self-centered, and they don't, it's just it's refreshing to see other people that honestly care about other people and do things out of the kindness of their heart. It's just, I appreciate that.
So Susan, thank you, love you, and thank you for everything you do for everyone's live, keeping the trolls out. And depending on the chat, that's not so hard. And other people's chat, you're like knocking trolls every 2 seconds. So just thank you for even staying awake for it, because there's some streams I'm like, I don't know how she's even still awake. She started at like what time today?
Yeah, she's very selfless. She does a lot for a lot of people. So
She really does.
mm-hmm.
She truly does.
I saw who was it today who posted that she was the very first member on their channel. I can't remember who posted that. Who was that? Anyway, they were like, she was their first member of their channel. So she's just really good about, like, so she goes to Brett's channel, she goes to all of our channels, She's always supportive and goes out of her way. So I appreciate that.
She's
Yeah.
free, Yeah. I can't thank her enough. So happy birthday, Tank. Know you're loved and appreciated.
Absolutely.
Happy birthday, Tank. Definitely loved and appreciated.
Very much.
Like, don't piss her off. Just a
Right?
heads up to everybody else.
Yeah, right. I love it too. She's funky.
Who? What? Who's funky?
She tickles me.
Who?
Goodness. She feels the love. Good. We want you to have a really good birthday and know how much you appreciate it, for sure. Did we lose Amanda? She got awfully quiet.
I'm here. I just had a little sneezing attack here, so I muted myself because I didn't feel like I wanted to sneeze in your ears. But I'm fine.
You got awfully quiet.
No, but also, like, some of these topics, I can definitely talk about some of this stuff for a long time. So if we don't delve down into the rabbit hole of me, like, sharing my points of, some of these things, then we're gonna be here like all night talking about stuff that isn't what we're planning to do tonight. So I'm just like, we're not gonna make it. Yeah, we're not opening the can of worm that is the Swedish way of seeing things.
I like hearing the different perspectives, though. Like, I really do, because I know, like, Jessica and I think we see a lot of eye to eye, and then you've got Brett up there in Canada. So I think it's really interesting when you talk about
I do too.
Different things. Yeah, I really enjoy it. I love having people from all over.
It's a different insight.
It really is. Yeah.
Yes.
It's really nice.
Especially when you have Americans that are like so confused as to what the hell is going on in America. We're like, what is this?
Well, I'm not so sure if they're confused, if we're just spoiled ass rotten. Like, yeah.
You just hit the nail on the head.
So highly, we think so highly of ourselves. It's just, it's pitiful.
Yeah. Most Americans think they are better than anybody else. Yep. And I'm like, I am sorry, you are no
right.
I'm sorry. When you come from nothing, there's a bigger perspective on life. Let's
Right.
just say
And I think too, I think a lot of Americans have just forgotten where they came from. Like how quickly we forget our history. That's what I was telling Brett, about his thing. We do though. They talk about, being so proud that they had, their family members came through Ellis Island, and then they turn around and start bashing the people that are coming here. And I'm like, hello, like, how the hell do you think you got here? I mean, crazy. But yeah, we forget. People forget. And it hasn't been that very long either. And how soon we forget.
It's not been that long. I mean, like, where in the hell are you greedy MFers coming from? Because you know what? If it wasn't for your ancestors, your ass wouldn't be here.
Right. Exactly right.
Yep, and kiss the hell off. Like,
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not a typical American. I love the culture.
Mm-hmm. But it's not. Not what it was intended to be. You know what I mean? Like, we've gotten away from what it was intended to be.
And the downside, not the downside, the upside of the way I was raised by my grandfather. So I'm like 20 years removed from these regular Americans because I'm country. I'm old school.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All of it. So even though I might be what they would call your traditional millennial, I would be had I been raised in technology land. But I wasn't. I was raised during those 2000s in the land of cows and trees. I didn't have internet that wasn't AOL dial-up until 2014.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm very old school. I don't like most Americans.
I think that's what we need is more old school. That's what we need more
right?
of that.
Yes. I am too. I am so, we're corrupt.
I'm trying to read what Spoon is. ABD and Brox helped me to see and understand that.
I actually went to Spoon's the other night and I announced myself that I was there. I lurk in her channel often just to, because she's the only one that's on past midnight.
I enjoy catching her. I don't catch her live a lot.
Spoon was talking about just essentially the company that we keep and just choosing to have or not have toxic entities or people around us.
Right. Spoon, she's definitely changed. I've seen a lot of changes in her. Hey, J. Paul.
And all I can say is I don't know Spoon from beyond the last week and a half because she has popped up in some of my live streams. So I felt it was just enough justified to go see what she was about. And she's been painting and some of the stuff that she's been painting. Now, granted, I don't know anything about her beyond the little bit of stamping that she has done or the painting that she has done because there was no issues or drama happening at the time. So I appreciated what she had to offer at 2:30 in the morning when I had nobody else to hang out with.
Negativity and toxicity allowed. Yeah, you're right, Spoon.
That's one of the nice things about having this kind of global community with Amanda in Sweden and Spoon in Japan, and you can come on at any point in time, 24 hours a day, and there's going to be somebody on somewhere that you can tune into and chill out and talk a bit.
You can find your people anywhere, but choose your people wisely. All I gotta say is to anybody coming into the whole YouTube, choose your people wisely.
Yeah, we are the company we keep. So it suits us well to know the company we're keeping.
Amen. And be mindful. Truly be mindful. If you feel like there's something off, chances are there's something off and move on.
Right. And I'm going to tell you, there are some really bad people out there. Like, people think that they're just trolls and just ignore them. Or you have no clue. No clue. They are not just trolls. Some are, but there are some really bad people out there that intend to do you harm. It's not just, all games and shits and giggles.
Right? And
So
to be
you
100%
definitely have to be careful.
ABD and Brett, I don't, unless it was just strictly through Dawn or Margie, I'm not really sure. I got connected with ABD first, and then we hung out, and they were doing game night. It was a blast. Oh my gosh, I had a blast. Oh my gosh, I had a blast. Every Friday night, I'm like, "Where's ABD?" And then, like, for like 2 or 3 weeks, I'm like, "What am I gonna do on Friday night? ABD's not on." I knew nothing of her. I knew nothing of the people she kept. She was fun. She had Kelly on, Miss Baked, Miss Red, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, no, like that. All I gotta say was that was the funnest Friday night I've had without having to leave. That is all I gotta say. Like, if I can sit in my own house and have that kind of fun with friends,
Exactly.
me up, I am all the way.
Exactly. Yeah, we've had some really good fun nights. That's for sure.
And who brought that? No,
I have laughed till I cried. I mean, so many times. I've just really
Like,
had
at
to.
some point, I'm like, why am I tinkling my pants at 39? Like, leave my pants until I'm 60. I don't even have fucking Depends on. Like, come on now. No, like, no. Just to say, Miss Frosty, my heart goes out to you. Brett, I love you. But Miss Frosty, thank you for being you and being able to bring Friday night, ladies' night to the realest of the real. I know Brett sometimes was behind the scenes playing the music for us, but
you have no idea. It was his fault. Like he started all of that. I never intended to go live, like ever. And he was like, "Why don't you do ladies' night on my channel? When I'm doing other things, you do ladies' night." And I really wasn't keen on the idea, but
okay, well,
that's all Brett's doing. That is all Brett's fault.
If your blood is not live on a Friday night, I am like, where am I going? Like, what am I going to do with myself? Like, I have nowhere to hang out.
Right. Yeah, it's good to hang out and have friends and
finally have I have Amanda behind the scenes, within the last couple of weeks, because I'm like, ABD hasn't been live. I need to hang out with somebody. And then Amanda's like, you can hang out with me. And I'm like, I can?
Well, I'll do better. Yeah, it's been a lot going on, but yeah.
I know, all I gotta say is just thank you. You make everything fun, and you make everybody want to hang out with you. And
you're more than welcome.
Part of your channel.
I have fun too. Yeah, I have fun. A lot of it, sometimes we talk about really important things, and sometimes we talk about absolutely nothing. So it just, it varies. But as long as everybody has a good time and nobody's getting hurt, yeah, it's all good.
All I gotta say is they didn't go to the right place. So.
Right. Yeah, we've had some really good times. I like what Spoon was saying. Spoon, see, we all started, and I've changed a lot too, Spoon. I don't know if you really know much either about me, but I know you and Brett have known each other for a long time, but like, it is weird to kind of see it all come for full circle. Like, a lot has really changed. I know I've changed a whole lot throughout this process. So definitely.
And all we can do is learn.
Right. Oh, there's a long history, like, between Brett, Spoon, and I. Like, we've all started from this other circle, this other realm, and the crafting and crochet community doesn't really have anything to do with, but it's kind of weird to see everything kind of come full circle now. And it's really cool.
And I actually kind of think I've said something to Amanda. I'm like, I'm not really sure, because Miss ABD, I don't know beyond you being supportive of me. I don't know if you crochet. I don't know if you craft. I know you were a part of Miss Red's couple of lives. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know much about you other than that you have supported me since day one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So like, whether I know much about you or not, all I can do is support you back because that's all you've given me.
Oh, that's sweet.
You know, I don't
Well,
care.
like I said, when you find good people, like we've come across some really bad people, and it just really makes you appreciate the good people even more. So
And
when you see the just genuine, honestly good-hearted people, it's not hard to support them and encourage them and have fun and laugh and cut up, But
and
yeah, there's a lot of bad out there, so it definitely makes me appreciate the good.
but beyond ladies' night on Friday nights and you popping up in everybody's chat and being super supportive, I can't say that I know if you craft. You know, I know you have puppies. I know you started a new job. I know you've been supportive of everybody. But I honestly can't. I'm like, if anybody asks me, well, do you know if Miss Frosty crochets? I'm like, I don't know.
Well,
I have pictures of her crafts. She's actually quite
I
good.
know, but you know what I mean.
crafted. We used to craft on Kelly's. We did monthly challenges and
I know, but that's the thing. It doesn't matter if you craft
right.
because you support us and we will support you for whatever you
Yeah,
have to offer.
yeah.
And that's all I can say is like, I don't care if you put a picture of a red balloon with a bow on it and be like, look at the pretty red balloon. I'd be like, hey, you know what? Look at this prettiest red balloon I've ever seen in my entire life. There is a glow and a shimmer on this. I will make that the bougiest red balloon I've ever seen. Because that's the same that you do for me, for Tank, and that's why we're here tonight, is for Miss Tank and her birthday. Because
Right.
she supports us in the community.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And
Oh, you guys, this are we inflating Brett's ego here? Now he's claiming to be an influencer in the chat. I can't stop laughing to myself.
I'm not even watching chat.
Hey now, I am an influencer. Easy.
I need to catch up.
He was
No,
a
but I was
bird
like, are
20
we
minutes
stroking
ago.
his ego to the point where he's like getting all like, high and mighty and calling himself influencer?
Amanda, we're moving up.
No.
20 minutes ago, he was a bird.
Brock, give me a shot. Brock, give me a shot.
A drunken high bird.
The influencer formerly known as that drunken high bird.
Come on.
I'm going on mute for a second. I got to choke.
Yeah, it was just a little bit, it just
Hey,
made
Robbie.
me giggle here to myself, and I was like, yeah, I'm sharing this silliness that happened in my head, but I didn't go as far as thinking that he was like identifying as a bird earlier. That even made it even better.
In all seriousness, for a moment though, as ABD was just saying, like, she would have never went live if it wasn't for me, right?
This is true.
Kelly's channel was born out of mine. China in the chat right now. China was talking about thinking of going live before she ever went live, and I was talking to her in her channel and in the comments and whatever, just kind of giving heads up where it's like the hardest part is just hitting the live button. Just do you and don't worry about other people, and like do what makes you feel comfortable, what you're comfortable with in front of the camera or saying to an audience or whatever. And like, people associate me with a lot of negativity, but I try and actually be positive and try and give credit where it's due, and do try and build people and build channels or whatever. I keep getting burned with backing bad people and maybe not necessarily in it for the right reasons. So that's, you live, you learn, but so I say influencer, but it's not like I have millions of followers and I'm influencing entire societies. I'm just, poking some fun at, we have helped people right? Go live, get
That
some
is very true.
therapy.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people out there will say, "Oh, it's just YouTube. Well, it's not real and whatever." They're lying to themselves, because this platform, the communities in it, people do use this as, I don't want to say a crutch, but like a support network where they do have support here, people that love them, and they don't necessarily get that at home or other places. So
Right.
it's real enough for them, right? Where it makes them feel better and etc. So
Yep. Absolutely.
And I'm going to speak on that for a minute because I truly believe Brett and Miss Frosty ABD first shouted me out before anybody else did. Before I had any content, before I had a channel, essentially, Brett supported me way before. We're all on late. Like, I'm a late night person. Miss Frosty, I showed up on a Friday Night Live because she was playing bingo.
Yep.
I hit my live. Like, I'm on the homepage and I'm like, who's live? I'm like, I don't know who this is, but you know what? They look like they're having fun. Let me go in. And I was like, oh,
my people.
There's my people. Exactly. And that's exactly what happened. There was my people, and they were going live on a Friday night. And you know what? Brett and Miss Frosty, Amanda, Miss Tank, Miss Zoila, since day one. Those are the names that I can say that have supported me way before I even had a subscriber.
Right.
So thank you.
Well, you're more than welcome.
Did you know that Frosty?
Nobody asked you. Nobody asked you. Hello, you're talking. What? I'm live. People can hear the words that you're speaking.
But I can say, and I mean, I am a little biased, but people do give Brett a hard time. But people do not understand how many people that he has helped, and that he does encourage, and that he does support. And it bothers me because I know the good side of him, and people do give him a hard time. But I'm telling you, you just, sometimes people don't know, right? They just don't know.
They don't care to know. They just want to talk smack.
Right. They'd rather focus on the negative, right?
Exactly. Yeah. They want to speak bullshit. I'm like,
right.
You can't even talk bullshit. You don't know nothing.
Exactly. But sometimes you just need to shut your mouth and pay attention to what other people are doing and stop focusing on the negative. But I'm telling you, he does a lot of good, and so everybody can kiss my ass for one, because I'll tell every one of them what I think.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, and I don't know Brett. Yeah, I have a significant other that was raised in a Christian schooling system, and so went to public school. He's atheist.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
On a lot of levels, there's opinions.
Like to bring it to what Spoon's talking about in the chat.
I love Tank's comment though. Brett speaks intelligent shit.
Right, he does, but
he does.
I just get so mad because people don't, they give him such a hard time, and I'm like, y'all just don't understand,
In fairness, I don't always. I'm still human. I make mistakes. I screw up and whatever. And I did go through some, what I don't like to call, what I do call, in quotes, dark times, like the dark period. So, there is a past, and I understand people carry forth negativity and etc. But we've come out the other side of that. Like that tunnel was a long time ago. So people refuse to let go of some things, which I can understand. I refuse to let go of some things with some people too, as we all probably do. But
I still think people would
onward and upward.
People would rather focus on the negative a lot of times. They just want to see the bad and the negative. But like I said,
Brett, I can say honestly, your pop-up live stream
I was partying and the sun came in.
your last four pop-ups to where you were just ranting. Not this last one. I loved the last one. But the other ones you were calling out other people, which I appreciate, you know, and I play you live. Like you are in the corner of my kitchen, my entire house hears everything that's going on. And last weekend when you went live, like I keep telling my husband, I'm like, you need to hear what he has got to say. I'm like, you've heard him prior, you know, and he was like, he was like, he just sounds like he's ranting. I'm like, but I love his rants. I'm like, because he is speaking some truth. I'm like, you just need to listen. I'm like, you need to get it. You just need to listen and start from the beginning, and you will understand why this Canadian is speaking what all Americans should be speaking. So,
I will thank you for that, but keeping that in mind going forward, I will try and be more cognizant and aware. And I'm not sure if anybody picked up on it, but the last live stream I did not swear or cuss once throughout the whole entire thing.
I do know. I did. And
so if you have me play, I should keep in mind that people might have me playing in their house, and I will try and be more.
No. If people have you playing in their house, that's their own damn fault. No, speak. No, no. That's why I appreciate you. That's why I appreciate Miss Frosty. Is I can come and listen to somebody that will not feed me bullshit. I ain't got time for bullshit. Nobody does.
Yeah.
Right. That's right.
Don't feed
ABD puts that in the disclaimer in the channel where we don't do sugar-coated bullshit.
Brett, if I'm coming to you, Brett, if you were live, chances are I know I'm going to hear the F-bomb. I'm going to hear shit, fuck, damn, cunt, blah, 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 blah.
Okay, well, I'll try. I'm going to try and dial it back a bit. But if I got something to say, I say it.
No. If they don't like it, put it in your butt.
Honestly, for the most part, that's how I view it too. It's like if you don't like it, fuck off.
Thank you. Put it in the earbuds.
Yeah,
I don't
You're
care.
not wrong.
They know the situation. They know what's about to happen. Like, you know what? They should be surprised. I wasn't after week 1. Obviously, I was talking BS in chat like by next Friday's ladies' night. Like, I already knew what was up. I'm like, oh, nah.
The birthday girl's throwing "see you next Tuesday" into chat right now. So.
You know, you love what you love, and you don't what you don't. Move the fuck forward if you don't. Like,
right?
No, yeah, be you and be real, and that's what I appreciate about you, and that's what.
Look at this bullshit.
Oh.
In what way would that be bullshit? That's
did you
true
think
words.
There you
go.
Yep. Nope. On that, I will vape and I will turn my head. I'm not. Nope.
Pretty sure I need to mix another drink.
I haven't even had one.
What? Where the hell have you been?
I know, right?
You're letting me down.
Damn, I hadn't even had one.
That's
an abomination.
How was I late and I'm ahead of you? That's what the heck's going on over there, girl?
I have no idea. I can fix it though, real quick. I can fix it real quick.
Okay, settle down, Spoon. Settle down. Throttle back a bit.
I love you, Crochet, Miss Tank. Happy birthday. I hope this was a little bit of a surprise for you. Miss ABD kind of reached out to some individuals to see what we could help along with and see what we can come up with.
And Jessica, you helped a lot. Everybody did. I'm really grateful everybody helped because it's hard to put it all together. And when I reached out to people, they're like, absolutely, we'll make sure it gets done. So
it takes a team. So thank you for even thinking of the suggestion and getting the ball rolling. So that's all it takes. And sometimes that's the hardest part. So thank you.
I sure don't mind. Like I said, she deserves it. So
Yep, definitely shout out everyone. ABD had the idea, and everybody definitely picked it up and ran with it. So definitely shout out everybody. And thank you everybody coming in, hitting the like, giving Tank some love for the birthday girl.
Happy birthday, Tank. Thank you for everything you do for everyone in the YouTube community.
yeah, you're awesome, Tank. I don't know if she even wants me to tell, but so I guess it was last weekend, she's like, what is your address? I'm going to send you something. And I was like, you don't have to send me anything, but let me tell you, I cried like a baby Monday night. She sent me the prettiest shawl, like beautiful, so sweet. I still cry when I think about it, but what a sweetheart. Like, yeah, just down the kindness of her heart. Good people. Good people.
Yeah, we're good at keeping secrets.
I know. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I gotta watch.
I had to be
Yeah.
mindful about who I reached out to.
I'm so glad you love the colors. Very
It's
nice to look at.
beautiful. Yeah, I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Yes.
And yeah, it was super awesome of Tank to do. So
Yeah, really sweet. Really, really sweet.
yeah, she asked me when your birthday was. She's like,
Oh, really?
when's your birthday? You know, it was like the end of August. She's like, okay, I'm just gonna send it to her then.
Aw, that was
She's
so
like,
sweet.
it was close to your birthday or something. So
Very, very sweet. Yeah, she is awesome.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. A lot of people don't put out what they do and they don't want a pat on the back, but just know that there are good people out there that, genuinely care and just good people. And like I said, all the bad people I've seen makes me really appreciate the good ones, the real ones. Like, shout out to the real ones. We need
Tank's a
more.
real one. Just don't piss her off.
Right. Well, I like that even better.
Yeah, agreed.
I like that. You got to be able to stand up for yourself in this world. That's for damn sure. So I've got
Okay, I'm
my-
gonna go mix a drink. Jessica's gonna take it away with the solo. As soon as she comes off mute. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Birthday to Tank.
Better hurt than me.
Happy birthday to Susan. Happy birthday, Susan. No, I'm so teasing. I'm a dork. I'm sorry. Tank, I
We love you.
You're fine. I love it.
love you, honey. That was horrible. Like, that wasn't even the good side of my voice. There's not a good side of it, and that wasn't it. So, yeah, you hear that? Yeah, that's Mr. Patrick. So he will not be waking up in the morning because he may have a pillow on his face. So
Tank's asking Joey for help.
right. I was kind of hoping she'd join in, but she didn't.
I'm surprised she didn't.
Left me freaking hanging. No, thank you, Tank. Thank you for everything you have to offer, and kudos to you. ABD, thank you for even suggesting to try to get something for the significant Tank that goes out of her way to do everything for everybody else. So thank you, Miss Tank.
Yep. We love you, Tank.
And now the bird's quiet. She's dead. Like, I may have killed the bird.
You did.
I may have killed my bird. She was like, holy shit, what the hell is mom done?
You didn't get her drunk, did you?
No. Not her. I'm working on it. No, she's singing out with Dad. She don't
You
care.
can sing and you love the fun. Spoon, I can't sing either. It's okay. I just let Brett sing.
No, we might have karaoke going here in a second.
Oh, me.
I'll bring out the big speaker.
Go for it.
Really?
Yeah.
I have to tinkle first. Who's Scott? Hold on. I don't recognize Scott. Who's Scott? I have questions. Is that Master Troller?
I think I might know who he's.
Yep.
Okay.
I was wondering who that was.
Longer story short, I only because Mr. Brett had said that Mr. Robert Escobar was a thing, and I went to learn. Oh, what a cop! That's all I gotta say.
Who, Robbie?
Yeah, he was very, very nice a couple of weeks ago to Mr. Brett, or well, Charles and then Brett. I'm very confused as like.
Robbie's just misguided. He's a little behind. That's okay.
I can say as I don't know nothing about nothing. Let's say
Maybe misguided is the wrong word. Lacking guidance would maybe be better.
There you go. Lacking something.
Right? Okay, so I'm not mistaken.
He's lacking some balls.
Okay, so I should feel the way I feel. Like I'm clueless as to like what.
The way I
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't think Robbie is all bad. He just doesn't. He doesn't have the wherewithal to stand up and do the right thing at times. Like when he let people like talk say horrible, disgusting things about. I wasn't even there, and I'm like, dude, it's your chat. Like you can time them out, block them, or whatever. You're just gonna let them do that. And like Brett's telling them, he's doing. Like, come on, like grow some balls and take care of business.
Thank you. Okay, so I was reading into what I was feeling, but
I don't think he's all bad. He just, he needs
necessarily. He's confused. We'll stick with confused.
Again,
Again,
it's lack of balls is pretty much what it is. I keep going back
quick
to that
record, by the
because
way.
it's really what it
Quick
is.
record. Miss Frosty has bigger balls than Robbie.
my hubby he looked at me. It was like, well, how does she really feel? Fuck. So ABD, thank you, because like.
Well, I mean, come on now. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I at least was able to read into what I was able to read into.
And like some of those
still
people
trying to
that we're
find it,
talking
though.
about, or they're not very nice. They're not saying they're not very nice is not giving it justice. These are horrible people that say horrible things. They're not just trolling. These are disgusting ass people. So, and he knows that. It's not like he doesn't know. He knows. So
I'm going to grab the bigger speaker just so I'm not going through the YouTube side. And I know, Miss Frosty, we're on your channel. Are you against playing any music on your channel?
no, I'm not. Not at all.
Well, chances are it's going to be country, rap, or like 90s or 80s or 2000s.
I'm good. I love all kinds of music. Yeah.
So,
have you heard my shorts where I played the "Fuck You" song? Like,
yes, I love that song. That is my favorite song. No, that is my anthem. I'm like,
yeah. Well, Spoon, I was on his side, and I was even going to talk to you about, I had an idea for Robbie, and then he fucked up. So, yeah.
Shocking.
He fucked up and found out. That's all.
I was giving him a chance, and I had a really good idea, and I was going to get Spoon in on it, but yeah, he fucked up. So, oh well, his loss.
Don't piss off Miss Frosty either, by the way. Don't piss off Tank. Don't piss off Miss Frosty. Like, don't piss off the ladies, okay?
Yeah, they think Brad's bad. No.
Like, I piss off a lot of people, and even I know, like, don't piss them off. Just saying.
So speaking of music, I don't know what's been going on because usually when I sit at the computer, I have music in my ears. But I was like doing stuff in the kitchen and like have done, other stuff than just sitting at the computer the last 2 days. And every time I don't have music in my ears, can you guess what I'm humming or singing or, Christmas carols. Like we're in
hey.
March. Why am I doing the Christmas songs? Why are they haunting me now?
Not me.
Please save me.
You hear those sleigh bells ringling, jing, jing, jingling too.
Yeah. That's where I've been the last 2 days. Christmas land.
Yes, Spoon. They try to terrorize people. It's beyond. Yeah, they're not good people.
Come
Totally
on,
not
it's
good
lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you.
people. He's got the perfect voice for the Christmas songs. Yeah, he's got it. My daughters will listen to Christmas music year round. I'm like, nope. December, and that's about it.
Are you telling me I should put out a Christmas album?
Well, I've suggested a few things, and you don't listen, so.
Easy. Yeah, put your focus back on Robbie. Robbie's the bad one, remember? Go back to Robbie. Pay no attention to the guy in the bow tie.
The bird.
Rock, give me a shot. Rock.
You and that bird. Oh my goodness. Oh. All I can think about is my poor little bird that would be on the perch
Now
one
look.
minute.
Look what
Off
Jessica's
the perch.
saying in chat. Like, look what you started.
Oh, Brett. It wasn't anything bad. It was just, yeah. Well, like, okay, for instance,
Shots fired. Word cleared.
he cooks very well, and he loves to cook, and like several of us have said you should do like a cooking thing. Nope. I'm like, well, everybody always says you ought to do a cooking show. Not all the time, but 298 days in, I don't even think about Christmas.
Oh,
Make it through the next month, let alone Christmas. But on another note, my baby gets married in 21 days from today.
yeah, not a baby anymore.
That came fast.
I know, right? They've been engaged for a year. I was like, good grief. Yeah. Glad she got most of it done before the holidays. So don't do it. Are you talking about my daughter? What is she talking about?
Probably.
Well, he's a good guy. He's a real good guy. And besides, I probably have grandchildren soon. They want like 5. Oh, let's just have one. Let's slow down. 5's a lot.
I have a stepsister. She was always like, I want to have 5 kids. I want to have 5 kids. She has 4, no more.
Wow. I can't believe she made it to 4.
Yeah, but like, if you aimed for 5 before, like 1 more is not going to make a difference, really. You 4 or 5, like, who would notice?
Yeah, it's a lot. I'm too young. I keep telling her I'm 53. Like, how old does she think I am?
Yeah, no one believes that.
I am. I'm going to be 54 this year. Brett can tell you. He knows how old I am.
So are you drinking some special like
10 to
spring well water to like keep young, or like what's your secret?
Oh
Do
my
tell,
goodness.
please.
Absolutely not. I'm old. I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Like, you don't look like it.
I don't look my age. I don't know.
No.
I don't know, but I am. I am.
For
I
the
promise.
record, she doesn't act it either.
Hey now. That's a good thing.
Sorry, I couldn't not.
I don't seem 53. I definitely am. Yep.
Tank can attest, you can be like mouthy at any age.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't come with the age restriction or limits.
I don't look it. Good grief. Wow. I definitely feel it. I don't know though. I've always been like, I'm not like ashamed of my age. I've worked my ass off to get here. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not one of those people that, I mean, it's just a number, right?
Speaking of age, yesterday was the extra weird day of February. I don't know what you call it in English.
Leap year.
Yeah, so there was an interview with an old lady, and she apparently turned 100 yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, she was only 25, but she felt like 80.
What?
Well, yeah, if you only have birthday once every 4 years, like proper
Oh,
birthday, so
gotcha.
she was 25, but
But
she
you have
felt
to
like 80.
celebrate
But
it.
it was
Well,
her.
why not just celebrate it on the 28th then, the other years? Like, I'm not going to
Yeah,
skip
no,
a
like
birthday.
she did celebrate the other days, but just like if you look at it like in the technical, if you only have your birthday once every 4
Yeah.
years, she was only 25. So that
Wow.
was like, it was, the young spirit kind of thing. Like,
Mm,
I only feel like 80.
wow. I don't know. I don't look at it like that. Like my dad always told me, people would complain about their birthday, especially like women, like, oh, whatever. He'd say, well, it beats the alternative. Like having a birthday beats the alternative, not having a birthday. So I've always looked at it like that. I'm above ground. Yeah.
It's so rarely that I get asked my age, so that when someone actually does, I have to count like what is my actual age, because no one really asks it. So I don't really have to keep track of it.
Oh, I guess that's a good way to look at it. I don't know. Ain't whistling Dixie. Right, Taint. You don't mind telling your age. Like you should be proud of it. Yeah. It is what it is.
We're only given so many, and we don't know when the next one might not be. So
Right. Appreciate. Yeah.
enjoy it, savor it, revel in it.
Right. Life is short. Enjoy it while you can.
It's definitely getting shorter too. Holy crap, this year's just flying by.
You're not kidding. I don't know what is even going on. It's already
It
March.
just
Like it's
started.
crazy. I know it's nuts. It definitely goes by faster as you get older. And everybody used to tell me that when I was younger, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. It is so true. It's very true. Like you remember when you were young, like when you were a kid and you'd wait Christmas to Christmas seemed like it was forever, right? Now it's like it just flies by. It does go too fast.
Lake, mountains, basketball.
No snakes. No.
With no snakes. That's right. Y'all keep your damn snakes. They can stay in Tennessee. We're not bringing up any snakes.
I don't know if everybody knows that story. I had no idea, like, that freaked you out so badly about the snakes. And like, I've always had snakes. I wouldn't even know what to do not to have snakes. So it's really weird.
Actually enjoy your swim.
Well, I do, but most of the time they stay away from you. I don't like them either. Don't get me wrong. I do not like snakes at all. But most of the time they are scared of you. However, I have come across a few that did not seem very scared. So there's always a few, that come right up on
Yes, do that.
And the turtles.
It's a hot day, and I'm having a swim in a lake. Like I don't want to be worried about snakes. Like it seems foreign to me. That'd be so weird. It's not what we have here.
I'm not swimming where there's snakes. I'm like, well, if you come to Tennessee, you will.
No, there will be no swimming.
So when it comes to snakes, I have been bitten once, and I'm not sure if this is the correct translation, but by a viper. But they're not that evil here. And then I did have an ex that had how long would that be, Brett? You're good at the like measuring stuff and like changing, like 4 meter a python. We have her living in the living room.
No way. Nope.
Yeah.
No.
That was we took her out like once a month. She got to go into the bathtub and get fed because it's easier to clean her up after eating.
4 meters?
Yeah, 4 meters.
Yeah, that's more like 12.
No way.
And the box we had her in was like 4.5 meters times 2 times 2.
Holy shit. Nope.
So she could stretch out in that crate.
So was it your snake?
No, my ex.
Oh, I'm not.
Well, I moved in. He had the dog. He had a dog, and he had 2 snakes when I first moved in, and then one passed away. So when I moved in there, I left my 3 cats behind because I didn't feel like moving in with 2 snakes and a dog with my 3 cats. So I was like, no, they're not coming with me. They no.
I am not living with any man that has a snake. Nope. That's one of those deal breakers.
I would say that the majority of men has snake, but I guess the pocket snake isn't that
I knew
dangerous.
you were going to go there.
He might spit on you, but that's about it.
I knew you were going to go there. Like,
the thing is,
with Amanda. Like,
the thing is though that I've already talked about the pocket snake like I guess 2 hours ago with Jessica.
Pocket snake.
Yep.
Tank, it's the cottonmouths that Brett did not want to hear about the cottonmouths. I almost stepped on a big ass cottonmouth one day. Yeah, those jokers are scary. Definitely scary. Water moccasins. You love snakes?
There is a really pretty snake. I don't remember translation, but they are available in like blue and green and like emerald colors. It's like a tree something.
The tree snakes?
Yeah, they are really gorgeous in color.
It's still a snake. Nope. Still a snake. Now, why I can have lizards and be fine with lizards, I don't know. But snake, nope.
I appreciate snakes in their natural habitat where they're like eating mice and whatever, and they can do their job and live their lives, away from me.
They freak me out. No, they totally freak me out. That and big ass spiders. Nope. Can't handle spiders either.
Yeah, when there's spiders, ice cream, and someone will come and take care of them.
Yeah, spiders and
The Aussies have kept trying to get me to go there, and it's like, you guys with your spiders and your snakes, hell to the no.
oh
Like, no,
yeah,
I
it's
don't want any part of that. You can keep your huntsman spiders and like all your deadly crap. Like, no. At least I can see the moose that's about to go through my windshield. That's the wildlife that kills you here in Canada.
Yeah, it's pretty similar here. Like, we don't really have that much poisonous animals here. Like, the vipers, yes, they are a little bit poisonous, but, like, not too bad. But I don't even know if there's any other, like, native species, like, animal-wise, that has poison here.
mm,
There's a bunch of, like, plants and stuff, mushrooms and berries, but that's not, you go and pick them. It's not just like gonna jump into your mouth or like make you trip and fall and break your leg. Well, maybe some of them, but it's not the same.
mm. See, Tank knows. She lives in Tennessee. She knows there's just snakes here. Like I don't know any part of Tennessee you can go where there's not snakes. I mean, there's definitely snakes.
You've been seeing those pictures I've been sending you, right?
Yeah.
Mountains and lakes and no snakes.
No snakes. I know. I know. I know.
Just saying.
I know. He's definitely making his case for Canada. Definitely. Snakes in the woods or nope. Yeah, I was walking out by a lake. It was in the woods though, but I was walking and looked down. I mean, I had almost stepped on this big ass cottonmouth. It was all curled up, sunning, and yeah, thing was huge. And they're so dark, you really don't see them. They're scary. Butter tart. That is all the motivation you need, huh? Oh yeah. Right. Oh
Not
my.
wrong, Spoon. Not wrong. I didn't realize that butter tarts were like a Canadian food, like
I've heard
Canadian
people, yeah,
dessert.
I've heard everybody talk about it. So
I have never
They're
heard
very
of
good.
such thing. What is this thing we're talking about?
They're magically delicious.
mm.
It's like uh, uh,
See, Brett,
look up
you need
you
to.
look up you can look up recipes. I did that on a live one day. You can look up recipes, Google up butter tarts. There's many different recipes. Some put raisins in them, some don't. Like there's many
But it's like
variations.
desserts type.
Try them. Pardon me?
Is it dessert type food?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
It's a tart. Yeah. 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 They're pretty delicious. That's like come the holiday season, that is a staple in pretty much most Canadian homes.
They are like a pecan pie without the pecan. Really? I'll be damned. Okay, then I know what you're talking about. Because pecan pie is, big here in the South.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
probably a pretty accurate description. They're like a pecan pie without the pecans.
That sounds yummy.
Yeah, not only a signature Canadian food, it is a Canadian battle amongst Canadians.
So see, yeah, you
Raisins
can
or
do
no
that.
raisins? It Mom made them with raisins. I've had lots without raisins. I'm not going to discriminate.
So just because we're talking
I'm
about the
pro
pecan,
dessert. I'm pro dessert. Sorry, what's that?
no, my head just sidetracked a bit talking about pecans.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's always like how to pronounce it, like the debate on how to pronounce
Pecan.
it.
Pecan.
And then I was like, how does it sound when I say it in Swedish? And that kind of makes it easier for me to like because it's kind of similar. And maybe you'd see which of the like right or wrong type of pronouncing it in English is closest to Swedish, and it feels like it's more to the right side. But we say pekannöt. Pekannöt. Yeah. So that's it's a bit different, but it's still like closer to the way you say it than the other the other way of saying it.
Spoon. Oh my goodness. On the verge of mortal enemies again, Brox.
Runny or not runny? What are we talking about that's supposed to be runny or not runny?
Yes,
Or raisin or no raisins? Oh, it's still talking about the tart?
I made some really good buttermilk pies. They are really good. As a matter of fact, I've been trying to make another one.
Not runny. Not runny.
Not runny.
It leads back to what I was saying about there's many variations, there's many different recipes. Like raisins don't appeal to everybody, so some people
I'm
don't
not a
like
raisin
that.
guy.
It's all based on personal choice and taste, and we're not going to discriminate, raisin versus non-raisin.
She's asking about your preference.
Yeah, she's questioning my character. I see that.
I see that now.
People might not know how heated the butter tart thing is here in Canada. Like,
You have survived much. It's funny. Get him spoon.
a pecan is what you take on a long road trip, Steve.
Pecan.
Sunflowers.
I think that's more of a southern. I mean, I'm Southern, but I've heard more Southern people say pecan. Pecan. I say pecan. My grandmother had pecan trees, and man, yeah, we shelled a lot of pecans. A lot. Who said they made buttermilk pies? Tank. Oh yeah, I made some for Thanksgiving. Was it Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving? They were good. Perfect. They were pretty. Brett and the
Okay.
ladies.
Now I'm feeling like stepping on people's toes, but I don't
Uh-oh.
want to step on people's toes. But
No.
this kind of like I found something out the other day,
What?
and really haven't looked into it that much. But we're talking about neutrality in Switzerland here. Like that's already up on the table. But Switzerland hasn't been neutral as long as other countries. There's other countries that has been neutral for far longer than Switzerland. So that makes it kind of funny why everyone's like, oh no, I'm not gonna pick sides. I'm gonna be Switzerland in this, because there's other countries that would be more suitable to have as that type of reference.
Right.
Yeah, just saying.
Well, Switzerland is a banker's haven, so I'm willing to be on board with an alternative to Switzerland. Would that, one of those nations happen to be Sweden?
I have no idea what you're talking about. No, but like Switzerland has been neutral since 1815, but they had like a civil war within Switzerland at 1847. So there's a little bit of issues, in the mid 1800s, but they have been like neutral and being like.
Okay, got it. Switzerland are bastards. What's our alternative?
They have been neutral since 1815 on paper, other than whatever caused havoc in Switzerland. But the country that has been longest neutral in Europe since 1814, so just 1 year earlier, is Sweden.
No. Yep.
Sweden has not stepped any new wars since 1814. In Switzerland,
I knew we were going to get there. I knew that's where we were going.
We're going to Sweden because I'm in Sweden. So of course I'm talking about Sweden. Like, what else can I do? But it's kind of fun that there's a lot of people that couldn't tell the difference between Switzerland and Sweden. They couldn't point either of them out on a map. And also some people think it's the same country. So that's that's how it is.
As a hockey fan, Sweden's a pain in the ass. So
No, we're good. We're good.
you're a pain in the ass. I'm a Canadian, okay? It's our fucking game. Like, you're a pain in the ass. How dare you get so good at our game?
Denmark they were a part of the Second World War, so they have been in peace from after that, but they took part in that.
To be political again for a minute, it's kind of what we need to do as well, is beat them at their own game. It's to do it non-violently. To do anything non-violently, it's going to require beating them at their own game. If failure to do that happens, whatever. But where's Jessica?
Well, Sweden has been in peace for longest in Europe. There's probably other countries that has been like in peace for longer in other parts of the world, but I was just looking at the European countries because that's where we're talking about Switzerland always being neutral, but they're it's potato. It's a year difference on like the formal peace treaty, whatever, and then the civil war, that just something within. It's not the same as like going for other countries and such.
Is Sweden the most peaceful country?
That's what I was trying to answer. I'm not sure if I did it good though.
USA is never going to stay out of anything.
The USA is the number one arms dealer on the planet. Wars are good for the economy.
Right. They're never going to stay out of anything.
Oddly enough, the US can't manufacture the weapons that they do in like Washington State with, anyways, without Canadian resources. We send electricity and natural gas to power the plants that manufacture these things.
I had a thought and then it disappeared. That happens to me a lot. Oh, just a theory, and I'm not putting any weight or anything. I'm just speculating because this is just a theory that popped up in my head. But looking at like the U.S. financial situation, it feels like the military is, having a lot of people employed. A lot of people are working for the military or like subcontractor or all of that. So without wars in the world that the U.S. can be like interfering or whatnot, there's a lot of people that's going to lose their jobs. What would they do instead? Like, just thoughts.
Well, it's never happened.
Like, what would they do instead?
You hear that Spoon would know, Miss Frosty would know. I'm not sure. Maybe Amanda would know, but Jessica might know with her eavesdropping or lurking or whatever she's doing. But in Robbie's channel, he talks about Medicare for all. Like that's a big topic for him. He seems pretty hard nosed about it, which I'm not going to say one way or the other whether that's an act or whatever, but he seems pretty convinced on it and whatever. And I've been trying to like drill it into him that is never going to happen as long as there's this like empire being built across the planet. Like, bring these troops back and like not have these bases around the fucking globe, and you'd probably be able to afford a healthcare system on par with Canada, Sweden, all these other G8 countries where everybody has a socialized healthcare system, but the US, like where it's, in my opinion, very not only privatized but exploited. And,
Right.
yeah, ABD would be able to talk about that way from an informed position more than myself, but
Well, people are
it's
also like Robbie is talking about all that, but he also does not even like, I've not heard him bring up the subject of the pharmaceutical industry and all the money that people make and the lobbyists and the reps and the companies. And it is crazy how much money is being made. They're never going to give that up. I mean, it's just not going to happen. Way too much money involved. Way too much in the healthcare industry, including the pharmaceutical. Like huge, huge. Yeah, pharma is, yeah, there no way in hell are they gonna give up all that money. Politicians make a lot of money off of it. The healthcare industry itself, the doctors, they all make a lot of money off of it. Like, yeah, there's a whole lot of lots of money being made.
So what time is it for all of you guys? Closer to midnight for some, I'm guessing.
It's just after 10 here, I think, if I'm, yeah. So, Brett, it's only 9 something, and yeah, it's not that late. It seems like it should be. The only reason cancer exists in America. Yep. Like people, okay. I can't go into too much detail, but I'm trying to think of a way to say this. Okay, I see printouts in part of my job of what Medicare and Medicaid is state run government, healthcare, and Medicare is federal, and they pay pennies on the dollar for procedures, medicines, doctors, hospitals. Like it is a hospital bill, 10 grand, they pay $100 on it, and the rest is written off. How do you think they're able to do that? When everybody else is paying at the wazoo for health insurance to pay, and even our private healthcare companies get huge write-offs, don't get me wrong. But there's such a huge markup on that. There's no way that like one little thing of my medicine a month is like 15 grand for a little infusion that runs an hour out of a little IV bag. And I've seen what insurance pays for that 15 grand bag of medicine. They're not losing money on that you know what I mean? Like it's such a huge markup. That medicine that people are not going to lose money. So if the government can pay, if Medicare can pay pennies on the dollar, and health insurance pays 50% on the dollar, like that shows you what huge markups and huge money, all the money that's being made. It's crazy. It's unreal. And if that was all, run by the government, all that extra money everybody's making, all those billions of dollars that the companies are making and the representatives are making, the doctors are getting paid to meet with the reps and push certain medicines to their patients and all that, that would all go away. That's all the lobbyists and they're not going to give that up easily anyway. They're definitely not going to give that up. They're making way too much money off of it.
And here in Canada, that seems to be like the way they're kind of pushing us, where they're trying to sell us on it being some kind of good thing, where this privatization and like essentially capitalization happens and takes place, where there's this huge markup and etc.
Mm-hmm.
and it's sold to us as a good thing. And at the same time, I know there's lots of people that will have a lot of comments about our Canadian healthcare system. In my mind, in my perspective, my opinion only, it's kind of being set up to fail, where they keep taking money away from it and it's not being managed properly. Like it's in my mind, it's being driven into the ground on purpose, where you're gonna have people upset and like complaining and etc. And it's like, oh well, like here's all you have to do is go private, and all you need is like cha-ching dollars to make it happen. Well, when it comes to people's health, they don't care, right? Like, yep, whatever it takes, like do it, no questions asked, like etc. And you keep cutting fun, and I'm sure my comment will upset a lot of people, but conservatives traditionally, every time they take office, every single freaking time, they cut funding to not only education but healthcare. Those are their number fucking 1 and 2 cuts every single time. They want us sick and dumb, in my mind. Again, my opinion. So this cutting funding to healthcare continuously, and you fire doctors and nurses for not taking the jab, and then complain that you have a staff shortage. Like it's in my mind, you're literally setting it up to fail. You're firing the doctors and nurses, you're cutting the funding, you're mismanaging it, and all the while you're going, oh, go private, go private, go private. And it, the way I foresee it is you're going to end up with this kind of exploited healthcare system of privatization where the wealthy get whatever, and those that aren't have to lose their homes and shit to deal with the kid's broken arm type deal thing.
Jessica's back. We see you, but we don't hear you.
It's not okay. That's one of the I had a client a few years ago now. They lived in Texas. They're Canadian. He worked for the oil field, the oil industry, did cybersecurity, all that jazz. They came back to Canada, and like I was there. I talked to them the day they came back. I was working on their house while they were gone. So, they were interested to meet the person that was working on the house type deal thing. And one of the things that they stated was that they really missed was our healthcare, where if you walked into a hospital, it didn't matter if you were a millionaire or homeless. Like you got treated with the same healthcare in priority, where you're like gonna die or like you can wait an hour or two. Like the dollar sign didn't matter. And honestly, I would like to think that we are envied in a lot of places for having that kind of approach. That in my mind, the fact that the healthcare is being cut funding and being set up to fail to try and move us to a privatized system of exploitation, it bothers me. It bugs me. I don't like it. We're all just people at the end of the day.
So just like the whole thing with private and not, here in Sweden, we have medical, all of that. It's like covered by tax money. We don't really have any cost at all, but we have both public or like private people in the medical sector, like the doctors and clinics. It's the same price. It's not like if you pay a premium you get something extra special, because it's all like the government covers the cost. And if you want something special that's not covered, that's maybe something that would cost, but that's also that would cost you either way. Like if I'm talking about boob jobs and stuff, that's not something that you have to pay for that. That's not something that you can just have happen unless there's like reconstructive surgery. You can get that as plastic surgery as reconstructive from breast cancer. If you've done like a mastectomy, you can get new boobs covered. But if you just want them bigger for being bigger, then you get to pay for that. But that's, yeah, like all the other costs, like they're covered. It's all covered. It doesn't matter if you don't have a home or if you have a lot of money. It's the same. And it doesn't really help if you pay extra. Unless you want like a private doctor to like go on your vacation with you and you can hire someone like personally, but then, that is totally different amounts of money, and like the reason for bringing a doctor. That's very different.
Yeah, no, Sunflowers, you're not being mean. There's lots of people that feel the same way you do. It's, as a first world nation and, one of the most popularized places on the planet as far as being free and taking care of the people, etc. Like, there's a lot of people that do have issue that the US is the only nation on the planet that's not a G8, or that is a G8, that doesn't have some kind of socialized national health care like everybody else does. Like everybody else. So
Yeah, I saw
it
another
is an
comment.
issue of contention for sure.
Yeah, I saw
Sorry.
another comment. Sunflowers had posted Medicare can only, like, they can bulk purchase medicine. And that's also one thing good with like the whole system that we have here. Like, it's all covered by tax money, but we don't want to pay, X amount of money. Like, we're going to go for the cheapest, and not having the like companies outbid each other, and having like insurance companies to like help get the prices up. Like, the inflation is definitely more plausible in situations like that. Here is like, it's taxpayer money. We need to cut the cost. We need to cut the cost, but we want it to be like as good as possible. So bulk purchase medication and all of that, it's so much easier when it's all funded from one, like the same source.
Yeah. Well, here it is. Like I said, the pharmaceutical, there's so much money. And those people like Spoon is talking about, they negotiate the price and yes, they pay. But I promise you that drug manufacturer is not losing money by my insurance paying them that reduced amount. They're definitely not going to lose money. So all that money that those middlemen are making, they're lining all their pockets. They're the ones that are never going to, like, they're going to fight against Medicare for All because they're the ones making billions and billions of dollars by, all the markups on all the medicine. They're lining their pockets. You have lobbyists. You have the reps. Like, I've heard how much money. I've known people that went to college and had college degrees that became a rep because they make so much money every year by going to different doctors and clinics and pushing the drugs to get the doctors to prescribe their drug over somebody else's drug, and then they make so much money every year doing it that they don't even use their college degrees. They become a medical rep.
Yeah, we don't even have that here.
Right, because your government, but here it's privatized, so it's all competition. They spend so much money on research because whoever's got the latest research, making the latest drugs, make the most money. But it's peddled to, like, it's unreal, the profits though that are made. It's all about profit. It's not about like making sure people have access to the medicines that they need. It's about profit. And you've got so many people making billions and billions. And it's such a huge industry. They're never going to give that up. Why would they? And the drug companies and the manufacturers, they have a lot at stake. And they have a lot of politicians in their pocket. Like, there's a lot that goes on. the lobbyists and the reps, and because they're the ones making all the money, they're going to fight to keep making that money. They're not going to just, give that up.
There's an underlying thing or issue there where you have, if you take a US healthcare system versus a Canadian healthcare system, it's capitalism versus socialism.
Right.
Is what it basically boils down to.
Yep.
And everybody wants to put capitalism on a pedestal, but yet it's highly exploited. And you see that with the healthcare that we're talking about right now. You also see that with trade deals, and our labor is those middle class jobs of manufacturing automobiles. They're being shipped out. Those jobs are going to Mexico. They're the Trans-Pacific Partnership. They're going to overseas to Malaysia and stuff like that. Like it's the capitalism. Is seeing our job shipped out and a bit of destruction, and the socialism is being demonized, but yet that is what our society literally is. Our society here in a Western world, for anybody that doesn't know, is literally labeled democratic socialism, where we as taxpayers here in Canada, we pay into our taxes to ensure that our healthcare needs are met. I'd love to go back. I found like 25 years ago, the Queen said that her dream is to have like a nationalized healthcare, etc., blah blah blah, where people could go in. If they had a broken arm, it wouldn't cost their parents the house. Like, that kind of care is met and addressed, and it didn't cost the people because we all bought into it and paid taxes to ensure that the healthcare needs are met. That's why we can go to the hospital, I was talking about this with ABD recently, where we can go, and if we have some kind of detrimental illness, we walk out with like maybe an ambulance bill of like, a couple $100, like at most. Like it's very different, a very stark contrast with, the capitalism approach to healthcare as opposed to the socialist approach to healthcare, where it's, it's not free. Everybody's like, oh, it's not free. Like, but the difference is that it's accepted in society that if we pay this little bit extra tax, everybody can, like, if your kid breaks their arm, they can go and get it fixed, and it's not going to cost you your house. Like it's basically, just the inconvenience of having to, cater to your kid for a few weeks type deal thing. I don't mean to be flippant, but you know what I mean?
Just for curiosity, how much does it cost to get an ambulance in Canada and in the US?
In Canada, it might cost you a couple $100, maybe.
A couple hundred,
It
as
depends
in like
depends on circumstance. If it's a job site related injury or something like that, it's covered. You don't pay anything. I can't speak for the US, obviously.
Just charge different things, of course, but I mean, the ambulance probably not as bad as what you would think, but for instance, recently a child was injured in a car accident, and her medical bills were over $250,000.
the ambulance bill?
No, her hospital bill.
Oh, yeah, okay.
From one accident, though, from one car accident. Like, and Brett was saying, like in Canada, that they would make sure that those parents weren't saddled with that kind of expense that would, because it can it's detrimental here to families. There's people that have lost their homes and lost everything from an accident, from a single car accident, or, because they can't afford the hospital bill. Like, it's so outrageous. The
So
medical care here is just unreal.
I don't want to blow your mind or anything. Like, I'm just like in the Swedish way of seeing it, because everything is covered by taxes here. If we go to like a doctor's appointment, like there's we have a fee, it like depending on what it is, it could be like $20 to see a doctor. Just like in case you miss your appointment, you still have to pay that. It's just like an encouragement for people to actually not miss their appointments, since it's not really, it costs people nothing. But if you have to take an ambulance, that fee, like that $20 or $40, that it's like for the whole visit. So it doesn't matter if you go there by foot, if you go there by your own car or in an ambulance, it's still the same cost. So, or yeah, it costs you gas to take your own car. But if you end up in a, getting an ambulance to go to the hospital, it's included. It's not extra. It's nothing, like it's, I think the highest amount I've heard someone pay for an ambulance is $40. And then, the rest of the stuff that happens after that is no extra charges.
Dang.
We do pay for our food when we're staying in the hospital. So hospital stays with food, it's pretty much, I think it's like $20 or $22 per day. And then you get like breakfast, lunch, dinner. There's always like coffee and sandwiches available to you. But that's like a hospital stay only is you paying for your own food.
See what Spoon is saying there about the supplies? And yeah, I've seen itemized hospital. You would not believe what people are charged. It would blow your mind. It would,
Yeah.
it's,
And then after, like, if we say a week or longer, the rate of like the paying for the food is like less and less, depending on if you're like a long stay.
I mean, they charge here, but it goes on the hospital bill. So, like, if somebody has insurance or whatever, it's covered. They don't pay out of their pocket for their food while they're in the hospital, I guess. But they do pay for it. It's on their bill, and it's part of their. But like, it's covered by insurance or whatever.
Oh, and also if you have like, let's say you deliver a baby, then you also have like a spouse with you. That person also has only to pay for their food. They don't have to pay like extra for like this extra bed or anything. It's only the food for like the +1. So both my kids are like C-section kids. One is like induced with an emergency C-section. The other one was a planned C-section. Both of the hospital bills, because it was like almost 2 weeks in one go, and the other one was like a week. I don't think I paid. I think I paid about $100 each for those full like.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was my food. That's what I had to pay. And I even got some of that reimbursed from my insurance because it was a longer stay than normal.
See, and that's the difference between the capitalist approach to healthcare as opposed to the socialist approach to healthcare.
Right.
And everybody has, socialism deemed as like some horrible negative word and etc. And literally every time a snowplow drives by your house, your police, your armed forces, all of that is socialism in work. Like all of it. It's all socialism. And we live in a democratic socialist society, and most people, especially in North America, do not want to acknowledge that we live in a democratic socialist society. Like, socialism is ingrained. Like it's literally part of, Canada, for example, is envied. Sweden, some of these European countries, they can probably also attest to this. they're envied for their socialist programs of healthcare and education, and socialism's deemed as a bad word, but it
Not
literally
to
lets
turn
us operate and run here in
not
Canada.
to turn it too much into a political debate in any way, shape, or form, but this is one of the big reasons that Sweden has had so many immigrants in the last few years, because they hear about how well the system is in Sweden. So that's why a lot of them are like seeking to come up here, even though it's like really far up north and the climate's really different from what they're used to. And a lot of them are not expecting the culture shock, because that's a huge thing. But that's, a part of it, because they hear all the good stuff about it. And there's people that want this, apparently, very obvious. Otherwise, we wouldn't have that many people coming.
To also speak on again, sorry, this is ABD stream. We're supposed to be celebrating Tank's birthday.
No, you're fine.
To touch on the migrant aspect for a moment, there's a lot of people. This isn't a knock in any way, but there's a lot of people in the US that do not understand that people that are, say migrating from South America and they get to the US, they don't necessarily want to stay there. There's a lot of hate, there's a lot of discrimination, and you look at their healthcare and education, and then you look at, say, Canada's healthcare and education, and they're like, holy shit, nope, no thanks, we're gonna keep on going. And like, we're just gonna cross through the US and carry right on into Canada. And I honestly think there's a lot of Americans that do not realize that while you're so focused on your southern border, Canada also has a southern border problem where there's a lot of people that are coming through the US into Canada to make refugee and asylum claims, which is not illegal, by the way. They're not illegal people. I'm not saying it's not being exploited or there's not bad people or anything like that. I'm just saying the process that it's happening is not deemed, in quotes, illegal. People they're not aware. They're just not aware. There's so many Americans that are focused on that southern border. They don't understand that they're carrying through, a lot of them or some of them, and coming through to Canada to make the asylum claim. Based solely, probably, in my mind, it would make sense to me if I was one of them, on healthcare and education. Like, holy crap, like, if my kid breaks their arm, I'm not going to lose my house, so I'm going to Canada. Like, if you look at your healthcare and education system in the US, it's not on par with the rest of the G8. Like, it's behind. Like, I don't know. It sucks to say, but I don't think there's a lot of Americans that are actually aware of that. Where we have people coming through our border to make the asylum claims because they're like, US, nope.
I've actually heard people, discuss that about them coming through and going straight into Canada. So I've definitely heard people talk about that. I just don't, I'm like you though, I don't think many people here really realize that. They don't really think of it that way. They think they're just coming here.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Canada's very downplayed. Like, we're shot down a lot by the US as a societal whole, if you know what I mean. Like, we're the little brother, or, whatever labels you want to put or things you want to say. But
be honest, I think we look down on a lot of people. Like, Jessica and I were talking about, like, people here have this haughtiness, that they're so much better than everybody, and they just, I don't know. To me, everybody here is too big for their britches, but they definitely look down on other people like we're so much better than other countries, and I'm like, we're not. I don't know where we've lost our way here, but we've definitely lost our way, in my opinion. We think we are all that and then some, and we're not. But yeah, it's going to be our downfall. I think it already is. Like I said, you come from, and then you don't appreciate those things. You take them for granted, and then you start mistreating other people, and you just forget where you come from as a country. Like we've lost our way. The majority of people here, in my opinion. Yes, very privileged, absolutely. Very privileged.
Agreed, Tank. The USA is run by overpaid.
We need to get Tank up
Uh,
on
Canada too. It,
Tank, why aren't you up on
it's a
panel?
worldwide problem. It's definitely a worldwide problem. Sorry.
Yeah, but there's something about Americans though that they've become so high and mighty. Like I don't know. We forgot how to be humble and grateful, and we've just forgotten those things along the way. My opinion.
Yep, sunflowers just it literally said the word that I was gonna say, where there's a lot of propaganda, and it's the North America. It's not just strictly a USA problem. North America, or in quotes, the West, because there's the UK and France and a number of other nations are involved. But we definitely think very highly of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to global affairs, I think there's a lot of people that like seem to forget that you hear all the chants like USA first and stuff, right? Or Canada first, or whatever they may be. And the globalist powers that are running the show, like they've made a global community in that it goes for the internet as well, where we have this global community. So our jobs are shipped out through NAFTA or the Trans-Pacific Partnership, TPP, and the capitalists, the globalists that are doing these things, it's great for them. They can, manufacture car parts at like a third of the cost, right? They don't have to pay that middle class union wage. They can just ship that job out to Mexico or wherever and like pay those, slave wage dollars, and it's no difference to them. Like we have this global community being built, but yet people aren't recognizing the actual impacts. Like it's there's a lot bigger pictures at play. So USA first, yeah, that's great. Your phone, your TV, your probably your whatever the fuck all comes from Malaysia, Asia. Your vehicle parts come from Mexico. Like there's a global community being built by these global, the partnerships, the trade deals, etc. The USA isn't some independent, like
Right.
neither is Canada. Like we are very not. Like we depend on these other partnerships that are being built by our elected officials, by the way, that are warping and like formulating this whole other society that we're not being quick enough with. Like we got to be a little bit more on the ball. Like this global thing that's happening, like the pandemic, for example, the sea event. This wasn't, oh, this is an Asia, North America thing, so we're going to cut off traffic to them. No, everybody around the globe got the same thing, some to more extremes than others. Everybody in the Commonwealth, if you were under UK rule, Australia, Canada, all of them, we got it way worse. We literally were not allowed to go to a restaurant unless we had verification that we had a medical procedure. Like, that's why the Freedom Convoy happened. Like, this is, you're essentially Nazi Germany, papers please, to move about your own country. Like, whoa, way over the line. So I don't, please, I'll get off my soapbox. I'm sorry, but
No.
there's bigger pictures that are happening that a lot of people don't necessarily understand or are able to grasp or have perspective of. That's just how I see it. Sorry.
So it's kind of almost 6 a.m. and I'm feeling like I'm fading fast. So I'm gonna pop down here off of here. I'm probably gonna sit and lurk for a bit, but I'm just gonna relax. So again, happy birthday, Tank. We love you, and love to hang out with all of you guys tonight. Always a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, thank you for coming up and being on panel and joining in. I always appreciate you being here. Enjoy
Any
you.
day, any day. Just a little bit late for me for just this time of day, and I've been up since early yesterday. So
Yeah, I get it.
and I can't really say that like a couple of glasses of wine has helped keeping me awake. Kind of more the opposite. So but that's another side of the story. Yeah.
Well, it's good having you, and thank you for coming up and spending time with us. You're welcome
So
anytime.
I'll see you guys in the chat. But for night, bye bye.
All right, night.
Good night, Amanda. Thank you.
Amanda's always fun. I think Jessica, I'm not sure where she went, but we could maybe end it. I think China's going live.
China is live. She's been live for a little bit.
Okay. So we can, if anybody wants to go over there, hang out, make sure you say hello. I guess I should drop her link. Let me find it real quick.
I got it.
Oh, you got it. Of course you got it. What am I thinking? I learned from the best. Tank, I hope you had a fantastic birthday. I really do. And I know we were all happy to do this for you and show you how much we loved you and appreciated you. But yeah, we're going to say good night. And thanks everybody for coming and helping us celebrate Tank tonight, hanging out with us. Good night. Love y'all. Be
Sorry,
good out there.
you got political. Love you, Tank. Happy birthday. ABD, shout out to you. You did some things, work behind the scenes. So
Good night, everybody.
love y'all.